Howdy, folks. Turbo here. Welcome to Transport Fever 2. We're here in beautiful downtown Costa Mesa, next to the Saddler Leather Goods. We're going to get started. Now, unfortunately, this is the second time I've recorded this episode, because I recorded an episode, it was awesome, it was great, and the footage was all choppy. That's my bad. I didn't look over at the recording PC and notice that it was choppy in the OBS preview window. So I recorded it all. It was choppy. I did some playing around. It looks like if this game is running in windowed borderless mode, OBS can't capture it for whatever reason. It's real choppy. I popped it over to full screen mode. It seems fine. So, yeah. The good news is I can take the lessons I learned from the first episode and apply them to this episode. So Transport Fever is not a new game, but it is new to me. I've watched some series on YouTube and have enjoyed it. Specifically, Squirrel has a great series he just did, Road to $1 billion. And Colonel Failure, entertaining as always, also has done a lot of Transport Fever too. But it's new to me. I've got a few hours just kind of getting the basics down. But we're here in 1850, and we're going to do a hard start. Doing vanilla with no mods. I know there's a ton of mods, especially quality of life mods that would be great. But I never like to jump right into a game modded. I like to try out the vanilla first, see how that plays, and then we can always add on from there. But this series will be hard start 1850, and we're on the map here. I'll try to remember to throw up a screenshot of the seed. You want to check it out, play along or whatever. But we're going to try to make it to the year 2000. What did I spend money on? Oh, I must have already had taxes or something. I don't think I bought anything yet, but anywho. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I do have the date speed set to 1/4 so we don't blow through the years too quickly. Let's go ahead and zoom out. So if you're not familiar with Transport Fever 2, it's a logistics program. Basically, you do road, rail, air, and boat traffic. And you ship goods around to cities. So you can see Costa Mesa here. In order to grow, they want bread, or food, and construction materials. So if you supply those, the town will grow. And that's kind of just the idea there. You can also ship people around because they're always going to be driving their personal vehicles wherever they want to go. You can create passenger lines as well. But we're going to start out kind of small. I don't want to take out any loans. Why does that say loan interest? Oh, I do have a loan. Never mind. Didn't think I had a loan. So we're starting out with a loan of $5 million. And that's where the money went. It was interest. I should have kept it paused. This will be a learning experience. Like I said, I'm new. So put your tips, tricks, comments down below. And we'll kind of learn together. But we've got a good setup here for Costa Mesa to get food to them. We've got a farm right here. We've got a food processing plant right here. Now, the mistake I made in the first episode the junk footage, I did a loop here. I made a road. What I didn't realize at first was it takes 2 crops to make 1 food. So that wasn't working out very well. It was just barely profitable. It was profitable, but it wasn't making much money. So instead, what we're going to do is we'll have a line taking crops over to the food processing plant. Then we'll have a line taking the food over to Costa Mesa. It's always nice if you can get paid both ways, but it's not going to work out in this particular case. Let's zoom out just a bit, take the rest of the map. So you have cities that need specific things to grow, and then you have all these industries around. We got crops, we got some coal, we have a goods factory, we've got some iron ore. There's just all kinds of stuff around. A lot of the stuff is more advanced, and we'll have to wait to build that. I'm going to start kind of slow. See, we've got some rivers running through the middle there. A lot of crops over here, but this town doesn't require food. This might be a good place to level this all the way up. These two eventually start shipping food out with the train. That's all in the future, though. But I did find there's another place here, Fort Lauderdale, and it requires construction materials. Well, we have a construction materials plant right here that takes stone, We have a stone quarry right here, so we could do another loop. That might be episode 2. We'll see how episode 1 goes. But in episode 1, we're going to concentrate on Costa Mesa. So we need to get some truck stations down so they can load up the crops, ship them over there. I'd like to straighten out this road, but I don't want to spend too much money right away. I want to keep it fairly low key. So we're going to go and we're going to put a truck station down. And I usually mess these up. I'm going to try not to mess them up. But what I want to do is I want them to come in. So they're going to come in this way off the right-hand side of the road. So we need just a right-hand platform. Go ahead and make it to 30 meters for some buffer. Yeah, come in on the right and then head out. So you can see how that turns white when it's connected. If it's way out here, it's not close enough to get the goods. So I want to make sure it's actually close enough to capture that. So I'm going to put this out here just because it's less distance to travel. 114,000. Okay, maybe. Oh, because it's doing some terraforming out there. There we go. Got it up on the land now. 102. I wonder if that's more expensive because I did it this way. Sure. Now we have to go configure this. Well, we don't have to, I guess. Is that might be enough space. Let's leave it alone. We'll see how it goes. But we do need to connect it up with a road. We're starting in 1850, so all we have is horse-drawn carriages. They can go 18 kilometers per hour. So the slowest road is all we need right now. Okay, so let's just double check. Uh-oh. Did I mess something up? That's no longer catching that. Interesting. Well, let's do this. We can throw an exit on here. When I was building it, it was showing as capturing. Now it's not. There we go. Somehow those little connections went away when I built it, but we're good now. So say I'll have that exit there. All right, then we're going to bring the crops over here to the food processing plant. So we want a stop here. Truck station. Let's go 10 meter. Okay, so yeah, I usually add cargo to it, so I think it is actually the same price. But then I want this guy flipped around because they're going to be coming in from the right. Using M and N to rotate, and then Shift will slow it down. So I think they can load and unload at the same platform. This is a learning experience. Darn it. Like hitting escape too many times. All right, we need an exit. I'm going to just leave that one there. It's good enough. Road coming in. Road going out. Should hopefully be enough platform. It's 3 platforms. And then over here in the city of Costa Mesa, or town, we want to drop off. We're going to need a truck unload stop. Now, it's called truck, even though we're starting with horse-drawn wagons. You can see here, these buildings in this part of town need the food. These buildings over here need the construction materials. So we want to drop it off kind of right in the middle here of where they want the food. Right there. Okay, so now we have our stops defined. We need to get a couple lines. We need a line bringing crops over to the food plant. Another line bringing the food over to the city. We're going to go to our line manager, make a new line. Make this orange for crops. Leave it light orange. Be a truck stop, and it's going to be Costa Mesa crops. I want another line. Make that the dark orange. And it's going to be a truck line, Costa Mesa, food. There we go. So for the crops, we're going to go from here. Here? Oh, I need to add, I didn't add the second platform because we have 2 lines now. I told you I'm learning. It's a learning process. And then to the food, we're going to go from here. There. So I do need 2 platforms here now since I have the 2 separate lines. But we can configure this and we can just go add 1. Okay, just make it even. Like that. Now we want to make sure the line is coming in correct place. So crops are going to come in. Oh, here. Want the food. I think what's going on is I need a waypoint. Back to roads, waypoints. Let me add a waypoint here. So the food, no, we want the crops. So it goes to here. Is that dropping off at platform 1? Is it circling around? Used. Oh, the 2. Oh, okay. I see. The 2 was the stop number, not the platform number. That's what's going on. So we may not even need that, but I'll leave it there anyway. And then can we get rid of that? Put a 2-way in. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll have this guy go out here. Okay, we'll get it figured out. It's a learning process. So I'll put a waypoint over here. This is just let you like manually route stuff. So food, I want them to come to lower Costa Mesa and then come out this direction. There we go. That's what I want, I think. That's possibly what I want. All right, then we need some vehicles. So for that, we need a road depot. And I'm just going to throw one over here. Somewhere where it's cheap to build. Doing a lot of terraforming or something? Why is it so darn expensive? It's like 12,000 until I hook it up to the road. Okay, whatever. Okay, now we need some vehicles. So we have 2 vehicles now. Horse-drawn carriage, American horse-drawn carriage, which is actually a cargo truck, cargo wagon. So I want 20 of those. And we're going to make you the light orange. I'm going to go to the crops. Pause. Have them start heading out. Getting the crops. And then we're going to need another 20 of these. I might adjust these numbers later. Those the dark orange. And they're going to go to the there we go. Now we just need to let it chug. So you can see now that these are connected, this farm is pumping out the crops. I want to slow this to real time when our first wagon gets over here. And then we can adjust the stops if we needed, like how long they wait, that kind of thing. See how it goes. All right, here comes the first wagons. Slow down to real time. So they're going to start loading up with crops. They load up fairly quickly, not too bad. Default must be logs. It only loads one wagon at a time. Why is he waiting? Do they wait even if they're loaded? I definitely do not want that. We need the crops. East. Load full. Don't wait. And load all. Wait a max of like 20 seconds at the other end. Now, are these guys waiting? Alright, you're gonna fill up, and then you're out of here. Okay, that's more like it. Full speed ahead! Alright. Over to the food processing plant. Here's our first wagon. Dun, dun, dun. He's really fast. Really, really fast. Alright, slow down to normal speed. You see these guys are just sitting here waiting, there's nothing to grab. So they will wait the minimum time and then move on. So they're running empty right now, which is not great. But we're going to drop off some crops. There we go. Got paid $4,200. Not sure why it says earnings. It's weird. Hope the save isn't like corrupted or something. So those are going to just keep cycling through. You can see the factory going, and you can probably hear the cat in the background because the cat thinks I should be paying attention to her instead of recording videos on my lunch break. You'll survive, cat. So it takes 2 crops to make 1 food. It's grain, I guess, is the name it's called. 2 grain to make 1 food. So we'll see how the spacing goes. I might... Yeah, it looks like I want more wagons on here. So let's go ahead and double that up. So if we go to the crops line, open that up, manage vehicles. I'll select all those and clone them. Then they'll start coming out of the road depot. That'll double up the number of vehicles here getting the crops, grain over. Oh, we already dropped off food. I missed the first delivery. Something you'll notice here, this guy is actually making this guy go slower. This lady, sorry. This fine lady here in her awesome bonnet. So at some point you can upgrade the streets to have like a truck lane, and then this traffic can go around the slower traffic. But I don't think that we have access to that yet. Yeah, we don't have like fancier roads than that. So for now, we just have to live with some inefficiencies. All right, you can see our other wagons are coming in. They are loading up just as fast as they can. So are we making any money yet? We're still in May 1850. So if I bring up the lines and that guy, I'm going to pin that. That guy, pin that, so they won't go away. If we look at finances, see the crops line, squeaked out a little bit of profit. The food line is not turning a profit at all yet because it was running empty. It's going to take it a little while to ramp up. So I'm going to let this run for a bit, and we'll see if we end up being profitable. I think we probably will. But I'm gonna let it run forward, maybe a month or 2 or 3, and we'll see where we're at. Done a little tweaking. Is he gonna go the right way? Okay. Some of them were ignoring the new route. I guess they already had planned their nav or something. Looks like everybody's going the right way now. I added this road in because what I noticed, they were getting jumbled up here. Both lines were trying to go through here different directions. It was just causing issues. So I added another waypoint and added this road. So the food line comes in from this direction, heads back out. Crops, grain comes in from this direction. So they're not interfering with each other at the junctions and slowing each other down. So starting to turn a profit by the end of the month or quarter. Looks like it's going by quarter maybe. I think we'll be making some money. So I think we're doing all right. Just need to let it run and see how we're doing. But I think I'm going to repay as much of that loan as I can. So we cut our loan in half. And then, this earnings thing is really weird. I guess it takes into account everything, even loan repayments. So I'm just going to let this ride in between episodes. We'll see. I think it's going to be profitable. Not too much more mucking around. So we'll see how that's doing in the next episode, and then we'll probably come down to Fort Lauderdale. Where'd you go, Fort Lauderdale? Fort Lauderdale. There you are. And we'll see about getting some construction material going once we have the money for that. Take a little bit of money, especially for vehicles. They are expensive. Yeah, so it's not huge profits, but it is on hard mode. But I think that's a good start. Oh, not bad. Let's close that. Let's go grab who's headed into town. Road vehicle number 35 is just heading into town. So I'm going to keep an eye on him, see what he gets up to. That'll be it for the first episode. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, comments are welcome, and tips and tricks especially, because I am a noob. I've already made some noob mistakes. Thanks, autosave. And I'm sure you guys and gals have spotted more mistakes, so let me know. And we'll go from there. Thanks, as always, for watching, and take care.